I'm calling from the Trib. I'd like to confirm a quote.
Getting away around in 2 hours.
Look up approximately how much money was involved. Was it over $1,000? Was it over $10,000?
Oh, hey, Rossi, have you got that book I loaned you?
It's home, Harris. I haven't been able to read it yet. Can you give me a week?
I don't have a week. I'm leaving.
Oh, Harris, you've been leaving for 3 years.
Sitting in the smoggy heat on the Ventura Freeway for an hour and a half was the final straw. I just turned in my resignation. I'm going to where the air is cool and clean, and you don't have to lock your doors at night.
I didn't know they had a paper in Antarctica.
Where are you going?
Oregon.
To Spawn?
I never should have left.
I need 500 words on this by 4.
What's this? A day at the zoo?
Stuff I shot yesterday in Venice.
Ah, yes. The human pageant. It's an amazing thing that stuff like this goes on right in our own backyard.
It's a whole different world down there.
Yeah, Mars. What's this weird thing on wheels?
That's a skater in a foil warm-up suit.
Was this some kind of festival going on down there?
No, just a normal, abnormal Sunday.
Those guys look pretty rough.
That's a gang called the Venice Knights. You can't tell in that print, but their jackets are pink satin.
I bet nobody makes fun of them.
Nobody that's still alive.
What's this?
Drowning. I was there when they pulled her out. I offered art, but the desk didn't want it. Sure is pretty. Was.
Yeah, City Newswire had a follow-up story today. Coroner said she was full of pills.
Pills? You mean it wasn't an accidental drowning?
Looks like a suicide.
You carrying the story?
No, it's against policy. Unless it's somebody famous. Or unless they do it in a clever way, like shooting themselves from across the room.
That's impossible, isn't it?
That's why it'd be news.
Lou, you better take a look at this.
I'm busy. What is it?
Just look at it.
Tell me what it is.
It's a salary list of everybody who works here.
That's confidential. What are you doing with it?
I found it
Where?
on the copying machine.
This the original?
Looks like it.
I'm gonna burn this. It's dynamite.
Okay, but whoever used the machine last made copies. Counter was set at 50. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna give this to Charlie. This is an administrative worry, not editorial.
He's out.
I wouldn't mention this to anyone. Let this be our little secret.
You, me, and 50 other people.
Need some help, kid?
No, thanks, Rossi. I can manage.
Oh, okay. It's funny, isn't it?
What?
Things you take for granted when you're healthy, when you've got two good hands. Like typing. I mean, you were always such a great typist. Look at you now. Everyday things, too. I saw you trying to tie your shoe the other day with one hand. You just look so goony.
That's why they invented the loafer, for us one-arm guys.
Are you sore at me? It's your arm, isn't it? Makes it kind of testy. I understand. Listen, I'll take you to lunch. I'll cut your meat for you.
Hey, wait a minute. Whoa, boy, hey, Hooch, come back here. Hey, boy, come on. Now I gotcha. Okay, baby, okay.
Closed. I'm sorry. Come back in a few days. Where'd you get that dog? Isn't that Leslie's dog?
I guess it must be. I opened the gate and she got out.
He. Are you a friend of Leslie's?
No, I'm Dennis Price from the Tribune.
John Becker, are you doing a story or something? Or?
No story. I was just down on the beach when it happened, and I'm trying to get it clear in my mind.
So am I. Come on in.
Had quite a run for yourself, huh, Pub? Better get you some water.
What's his name?
Oh, he doesn't have one. Leslie found him. He was just a stray. Stay down. She didn't think it was right to name a dog and then just give him away in the end. Yeah, you are, sweetheart. Sit you well, yes.
But, she never got around to him.
I can understand it. He's a real cutie. How long did she work for you?
What? Oh, about 3 years. I ended up making her a partner. She was a really good worker. Not gonna be the same around here.
Yeah.
What kind of a watchdog are you anyway, huh? First chance you get, you run away, huh?
Hey, I'll take him back.
Oh, no, that's all right. I'll probably end up with him anyway. Leslie always thought I should have a dog.
What was she like?
She was a super kid.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Oh, how?
I don't know. I liked your house. It looked like a nice person lived there. From the outside, I couldn't tell what the inside looked like.
Listen, I'm walking up that way if you'd like to see it, unless you're too busy.
Oh, no, I have to go that way anyway. I'd like to go.
Let me just see where I can find those keys.
Does she have any folks?
Yeah, she had a sister and a father live in Chicago. They're flying out tonight. I had to call them.
Not an easy thing to do.
Her sister took it very, very hard. She was the one who broke it to her dad.
I guess you knew her about as well as anybody.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Do you know any reason why she'd want to die?
Mr. Price, that girl had everything to live for. I don't know why. I just don't know. Yeah.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
This list gets around, there's going to be a revolution out there.
Why would you pay Rosenthal more than Burroughs?
Because Rosenthal didn't want to leave the post and we needed him. Burroughs' wife was anxious to move out here, and I knew it.
Yeah, but some of these salaries are unbelievable. You know Lewis isn't worth that much.
Well, we all have to live with our mistakes. He was a good reporter when he was in San Francisco.
You know what I don't understand? Well, this information is on one piece of paper. I thought the salaries were in a computer bank.
They are. Somebody had to deliberately compile this list. Somebody up to no good.
Why else would you make 50 copies? Could be we're worrying about nothing. The whole day's gone by, and we haven't heard a thing.
Until now.
Huh?
Here's a copy of the list and a note. Hume, do you think the staff will find this as interesting as I do? Maybe they'd like to know what an unequal opportunity employer the Trib really is. On the other hand, I'm open to negotiation. We'll be in touch. Sincerely, an interested party. No name or return address. Postmarked L.A.
Well, at least we know it's not one of our reporters.
We do?
Sure. No spelling mistakes.
There we go. You know, it's a shame they're tearing so much down. Without all these old places, there wouldn't be Venice.
You sound just like Leslie. She used to have a fit every time she sells something to somebody, and then they'd tear it down for a condominium.
I don't blame her. It's sad.
That's progress, huh? You know, Leslie was so afraid they were going to turn this whole area into another marina, she started collecting pictures of the old place.
Of Venice?
Yeah, of Venice. Yeah, and she started taking some of them herself. I'll show you her wall.
Her wall?
You know, a whole wall of old photographs. She's a pretty good photographer. Well, at least I think so. Come in.
Oh, nice.
This was considered a teardown before she bought it. She did most of this work herself. Stripped all the floors, replaced most of the woodwork, painted it. Come on, Dole.
We can get you a biscuit.
Maybe you know somebody who'd like to buy this place. It'll probably go for around $300.
Three what?
300.
1,000?
Yeah, that's what they're getting.
Hey, some of these old pictures are terrific. Who's the old guy?
Oh, that's Abbott Kinney, the man who developed Venice. His dream was to build a resort that looked just like the original Venice.
He really believed he could do that.
Oh, he was well on his way. And then they discovered oil. People started trampling all over each other to drill for it. So much for the artistic village by the sea.
Did Leslie take these?
Yeah.
They're good. She had a good eye.
I wish you could have told her that. She never believed me. I told her she should enter some of these in those amateur contests.
She ever do it?
She didn't think they were good enough.
She was one of those people who's never satisfied with what they do. She'd point to the wall where she dripped some paint or on the floor where the stain didn't match.
I can't see it.
Nobody could. Oh, except her. Hello? No, she's not. Who is this, please? Oh, Mr. Horn. Well, this is John Becker, Miss Ellison's associate. Mr. Horn, Leslie passed away over the weekend. Yes, it was quite sudden. I see. Well, Well, why don't you give me a call down at the office tomorrow? I'm sure I can find that information on her desk. Yes, Mr. Horner, I know the listing. Yes, we all are. All right, call me tomorrow. Goodbye, Mr. Horner. I better get back to the office and make some calls.
I guess she never had a chance to get these developed. I could do it at work.
Oh, that'd be okay. I'm sure her father would appreciate it. That was her first catch.
Not very big.
Well, she said take the picture real quick, and then she threw the fish right back.
She sure was pretty.
Oh, I think I'm going to put that dog out in the backyard and then come back and feed him supper later. Excuse me just a minute.
Gentlemen, what can you tell me about this?
We got the same letter.
Not exactly. He's asking for $1,000 in this one.
He said he'd keep in touch.
What I want to know is who around here would have access to this material and who could have made up this list. I think then we'd have our blackmailing.
I can answer half your question.
Which half?
Who made up the list, half?
You can.
Yes.
Who?
Me.
You?
Our board of directors was alarmed about escalating editorial salaries. To put things into perspective, I had that list compiled and copies made, but I hadn't even distributed them yet.
When was this?
Well, this morning. Well, yesterday morning, I had the copies made, and the machine on this floor was broken. Julie used the one downstairs.
Then whoever used the machine next found a copy and decided to blackmail us.
That could be anybody.
Well, it's not going to work. We're not paying whoever that is 1 cent.
I agree with you on principle. But if he or she releases this list, it could cost us a lot more than $1,000.
If we pay him, there's no guarantee he won't keep bleeding us. I think we ought to call his bluff. Or hers.
Well, we better be prepared for the worst.
What is the worst?
For one thing, some of the women reporters aren't making what men make for the same work.
I hope that isn't due to any discrimination.
It's just that a lot of the women started late when we made our affirmative action push, and it's taken them a bit longer to catch up in terms of salary.
Well, they'll understand that, won't they?
Would you? Animal?
Hi, Lou.
Listen, you remember those blow-ups you made up of my grandson?
Sure, something wrong with him?
No. I want some more. Why'd you take those?
I didn't. That girl who drowned down at Venice Beach took them.
How'd you get a hold of them?
I asked for them.
Why?
I just have this feeling she didn't kill herself.
You think somebody else did?
I don't know. It seems to me if you're going to kill yourself, you either take pills or you drown yourself. You don't do both. Now, here, look at this. Tell me that guy doesn't look like he could kill somebody.
You think maybe he forced some pills down her throat that made her go swimming?
I don't know what I think.
Animal. If there was a reason to suspect anything other than suicide, the coroner would have come up with it. Come on. Let it go. Why are you doing this?
I don't know. It is a waste of time, isn't it?
If I were you, I'd just forget about it.
I will.
Good. No hurry on the blow-ups.
Will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Nice of you to come. Well, I was just down in the area.
Dad,
Dad, please come back inside.
I don't want to be in there until after.
Where's Leslie's dad? Excuse me for a moment. Mr. Ellison, is there anything I can do?
No. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Becker. No. I just hope your minister friend keeps the ceremony simple. I mean, he didn't know her. She should have somebody who knew her, not a stranger. If this were home, there's a minister there. Knew her since she was 3 years old. I don't know why she insisted on having this here and the cremation. I don't know.
Dad, please, please. There's nothing we can do about it, so let's just try and make the best of it.
The best of it? The best of my daughter's funeral. Oh, Lord.
Somebody fix the tires.
Who are those people?
Guess those are people who knew her.
Anybody know any prayers?
Leslie had a lot of friends. I mean, everyone here liked her. Everyone, Mr. Ellison.
Dad, look, there's Carol. Carol and her husband.
Carol who?
You remember Carol from back home? She came out here several years ago to get married.
John Becker. This is Mr. Ellison. Excuse me. There's some people who are going to stop by the house afterwards. Perhaps you'd like to...
I couldn't. I didn't really know her.
Okay. I think we better go in.
I've got a great idea.
Good. We can use great ideas around here.
Why don't you turn the tables on him?
On who?
Who? The guy who stole the salary list.
Salary list? What salary list?
Come on, Lou, I'm a reporter. You can't keep something like that from me. I'm always on top of anything, huh?
You guys talking about the guy who's blackmailing Charlie with that list?
Anyway, here's my idea. Why don't you publish the list before the guy can do anything? Let it all come out in the open. This way he has nothing to collect on. Well, what do you think?
Rossi, how would you like to find out that somebody you work with, perhaps somebody you don't think is as good as you are, makes more than you do?
Couldn't be. Donovan, how about I take you to lunch?
Gee, I can't today, Ross. You're really taking me to lunch. See, Burroughs is buying me lunch tomorrow. I can get you in a week from Tuesday.
I thought I had Tuesday.
That's Tuesday for a drink.
I better take today. I'll buy you and Billy lunch.
Please help yourselves. I know Leslie didn't call you as much as you might have liked, but she thought about you all the time.
Thank you. It's nice to hear. It's hard to believe that we went out for Chinese food in the movies just 2 weeks ago.
Who was Leslie with?
Just us.
If she'd met a nice guy like you, Jim, maybe...
Carol, I've got to get back to the shop.
Right, okay. Mr. Ellison, if there's anything we can do before you go back, please call on us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come.
Mr. Ellison, I just wanted to tell you both how sorry I am.
Did you know Leslie well?
No, not well. I've only gotten to know her recently. I really wish I'd had a chance to know her better. Well, I just wanted to say how sorry I am.
Oh, there are some sandwiches and coffee if you care for any. Oh, excuse me then. Yes, please.
She took pictures of me.
I know. I saw them.
I'll miss her. She always stopped by to see how I was doing.
Do you have any idea why she'd want to do what she did?
Oh, no. She was happy. Seems like just a little while ago, she told me she was in love.
Did she ever mention with whom?
No, I don't think so. Sometimes, I don't remember so good. Hey, do you think they'd mind if I took home a sandwich?
I'm sure it's okay.
Excuse me. Leslie wrote me about a month ago saying that she had met somebody. I was just wondering if maybe...
No, it wasn't me. I never really met her.
What?
Well, you see, I'm a photographer with the Los Angeles Tribune.
You're not here to take pictures, are you?
No, I was on the beach last Sunday when it happened. I just bumped into people who kept telling me what a wonderful girl she was, and I can't figure out how this happened.
What happened is my sister is dead, and that's all there is to it.
At 12 noon Wednesday, have Hume drive a tan station wagon north on the Antelope Valley Freeway. Have him take the 3rd Palmdale turnoff, exit the freeway and take a right toward Vasquez Rocks. After driving at 40 miles per hour for 3 minutes, Hume should toss out his briefcase with the money in unmarked bills.
My new briefcase? Marion just gave me that for my birthday. That's a $200 briefcase.
Toss out his briefcase and continue driving. Don't look back. Do not call the cops. I will know if you do. Failure to comply with these instructions will force me to release the salary list. There's no signature this time.
12 noon Wednesday. That's 35 minutes from now.
Well, this was postmarked Sunday.
I'd never make it to Palmdale anyway.
We are not paying any ransom.
That procedure, driving at a certain speed and tossing the ransom money out, where do I remember that from? Oh, yeah. That was the Fairbanks extortion thing where they never caught the guy.
Who covered that for us?
That was Ed Martin, but it'd be a little tough to nail him for this.
Why? Was he fired?
No, he's dead.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Come on, Donovan, tell me who it is.
You know, if I was the guy that stole that list, I'd make a big show at trying to find out who was on it, just throw other people off the track.
Come on, Donovan, you don't think it's me.
Well, it's somebody. Could be you. Could be her. Could be me.
Let's stop and think. Who do we know that needs $1,000 badly?
I do. My car needs a new transmission.
Seriously, Adam just bought a new house. I mean, a guy who'll scam, you can't put anything past him.
Rossi, when you start that, you're going to find a reason to suspect everybody. You know, Burroughs has been complaining a lot lately. About his parking space, his assignments, his hours, Charlie questioning his vouchers.
This is exactly what they wanted us to do. Get everybody suspicious of everybody else. It's just poisonous, this whole thing.
Oh, I don't care what anybody else makes. I would like to be paid more, but if I was that interested in money, I wouldn't be a reporter.
That's good. That's a healthy attitude. Save you a lot of grief.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, it's good to keep in mind when and if you find out you're not making what some other people are making.
Meaning you?
Look, I've been a Metro longer. I've got a lot more experience. You've been a reporter long enough to know that life isn't fair. Some people are naturally going to do better than others. Denver omelet.
Did you hear that, Art? Would you please set this guy straight?
Never ordered the Denver omelet.
Who says I knew her?
You were at the funeral.
Is that an expensive camera?
Kinda.
Gotta be careful in a neighborhood like this. Someone's liable to rip it off.
It's happened before. There were some pictures of you that Leslie took. It made me wonder.
Wonder what?
Wonder what they were about. They're of you and your friends.
You thought we were coming down on somebody?
That's what it looks like.
Listen, if I was really coming down on somebody, I won't let anybody take a picture. Leslie said, hey, Guillermo, look bad. So I look bad. For the pictures, man. The pictures. Do I look bad?
You and Leslie ever see each other socially?
Are you kidding? Me and her. Leslie was my friend. She would always worry about me, about all of us. She would always say, hey, Guillermo, be careful. Guillermo, stay out of trouble.
Did you?
No. But she never listened to me either.
Listen, there was some guy she was going with. You know who it was?
No. Hey, you think somebody did this to Leslie?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Hey, listen. What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis. Listen, if you find anything out, you let me know, okay? Leslie was a good lady. Yo. Oh, by the way, that really is a nice camera.
Yes?
Mr. Ellison, I'm sorry to bother you, but I understand you're leaving tomorrow.
That's right.
I have something I'd like to give you. Can I come in?
Yes, of course. Please, won't you come in?
I developed some of the film Leslie shot recently. I thought you might want to...
Yes. That was very nice of you.
Glad to do it.
Some of these are very strange.
Yes, I know. It raised some questions for me about Leslie's mood recently.
You want some answers about Leslie's death? Look out in the street. That's where the answers are.
Dad, take it easy.
Why should a nice kid like Leslie have dangerous pills? Why should she even want them? It's these weirdos out here. She should be home where she belongs.
Sir, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Well, you did. I'm gonna go to bed. Maybe I can finally get some sleep.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. He's been through a lot. So have you.
Would you like to sit down?
Sure.
Maybe a cup of coffee?
No, thanks. That's okay.
Actually, it helped him to have someone else to blame besides her. He can't understand why she would do it.
Neither can I.
What do you know about her? And why do you even care?
I know it sounds crazy, but everything I found out about Leslie makes me like her. I just can't figure this one out.
Look, I knew my sister better than anyone. I loved her, and I'm going to miss her, but her suicide wasn't that much of a surprise to me.
It wasn't?
There's really no mystery here. Leslie's problems started a long time ago.
What kind of problems?
Our mother died when Leslie was only 8 years old. She got hysterical. She felt that Mother really couldn't have loved her if she left her like that.
I can understand that.
When we lost our mother, what Leslie really needed was... she needed a lot of love and comfort and understanding, but my father isn't... he couldn't give her that. Later on, it was the same thing with friends and then with men. She was so afraid of being rejected that she kept making it happen.
Maybe she just never met the right person.
Whenever Leslie thought that she had fallen in love with a man, she used to call me constantly. It was wonderful. She'd be so happy, and so she'd tell me all the little details, and then all of a sudden she'd stop calling. And I knew something had happened, and so I'd call her, and sure enough, she'd be crying, and she wasn't seeing him anymore. I guess this time was just the final blow. I was thinking of maybe giving that to my son.
It's a good one. How old is he?
He's 10.
Oh, I'd save it for a couple of years.
the most appealing girl in the city room?
You are.
No, that's not why I asked. Who is it that all of the single men and 2/3 of the married men lust after?
Lust? Heidi.
What if I told you that she asked somebody out and he refused?
I wouldn't believe it. Who?
Animal.
Maybe he's joined some new order of celibate photographers.
Well, there's one good thing about it.
What?
It's driving Rossi nuts.
You look tired.
I'm okay.
They working you too hard?
I'm fine.
Animal?
Yeah.
You still hung up on this girl who died?
I guess I gotta share this with somebody. I developed these last night, right out of Leslie's camera. The last picture she ever took. Look at him. What do you think?
I don't know. Family? On a sailboat? Everybody looks happy. Very natural. Like they didn't know their pictures were being taken.
These were taken with a telephoto lens. I can tell.
Why would she do that?
Probably didn't want them to know she was photographing them.
Who's the guy?
Jim Bishop, her best friend's husband.
Nice looking fella.
I think Leslie was in love with him.
Oh?
See, her sister said she always fell for the wrong guy.
I see.
She hadn't done it. Someday she might have met somebody right for her.
You?
I didn't say that. Look, I'm going to go by to sailing school. I want to talk to this guy, Bishop, only to satisfy my own curiosity.
And then what?
I don't know.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Hi, Billy. You seen Rossi?
Oh, hi, Frank. I thought you were in Oregon.
I'm leaving tomorrow. Thought I'd have some coffee with Rossi before I went. Try to get my book back.
He's at the courthouse. He should be back soon.
Oh, I can't wait. I still have some packing to do.
I'll tell him you dropped by.
Thanks. And look, give Hume a message for me. Tell him I hope he has a nice day.
What?
He'll know what I mean.
Well, he's in his office. Why don't you tell him to have a nice day yourself?
Just tell him for me.
What's Frank Harris doing here?
Yeah, I thought he quit.
I allowed him to quit before I fired him.
That was a nice gesture, Charlie. What's everybody doing around the bulletin board?
I think I know. And if it's what I think it is, Frank Harris has given me a little gesture of his own. Now it's gonna start.
Want me to open the door?
Leave it closed. Let him break it down.
Go ahead, laugh.
I don't want to laugh.
Sure you do.
I do not. I'm being mature.
It isn't fair.
Seems I heard somewhere that life isn't fair.
Go ahead, rub it in.
Okay.
Is Billy making more money than Rossi?
No, of course not. But she's making the same.
Well, hey, Charlie. Nobody broke your door down.
You're right. Now I'm really worried.
For Pete's sake, why?
Maybe I'm paying them all too much.
Leslie had a knack with that camera, all right.
Yeah, she did.
It's real nice of you to develop these. I know Carol will appreciate it.
That's okay.
You know, I still can't figure out when she took them. We were obviously getting ready to take the boat out, but... Wait a minute. These were taken last Sunday. Today?
Yeah. That's what I figured. The day she died.
Yeah, but Leslie wasn't with us.
She probably didn't want you to know she was around. You see, these were taken with a very long lens. Listen, I know it's none of my business, but, had you two just broken it off?
Who?
You and Leslie.
What? Hey, there was nothing between Leslie and me.
Is that right?
Listen, I'm not kidding. Leslie was my wife's best friend. They went to school together.
I'd say she was pretty interested in somebody in those pictures, wouldn't you?
You're wrong. Look, if I wanted to have an affair with someone, it wouldn't be with my wife's best friend.
Sometimes those things happen.
Yeah, well, it didn't happen here, Mr. Price. Leslie was like part of our family up until the last few weeks. We were really close.
What changed things?
I don't know. A couple of days before she died, Leslie and Carol had a falling out.
About what?
Carol wouldn't say. Maybe that's why Leslie took these pictures from a distance.
Does it make any sense to you?
No. No, it doesn't. Maybe there are some things that never make sense. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Mrs. Bishop, what?
My husband told me what you accused him of. I just want you to know how ridiculous that is.
Okay.
Do you believe me?
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry. I've just been so confused by all this. It just seems so clear to me. She was desperately in love with someone she couldn't have, someone she didn't want to live without. And when I put that together with the fact that for the last week she seemed to be obsessed with taking pictures of Jim and your family, it just seemed so obvious. She had to be in love with someone in the pictures. I just had an incredible thought.
Don't think it. I don't want you going around telling people things about Leslie you don't understand.
You're right. I don't understand. I guess I just really don't belong here. I wish I'd met her a long time ago. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. I don't know if this will help you understand or not, but I think she was mixed up about a lot of things. When time after time it didn't work out with men, even men she didn't care that much about, brought out this terrible sense of inadequacy, this despair. She jumped to the crazy conclusion that I was the only person who cared for her. She told me she was in love with me. And when I told her she wasn't, that she was just confused, she took it as the final rejection. She created an impossible situation. She saw only one way out.
Hey, Animal. We just got the proofs for the Sunday features section. You know, the Venice stuff you shot.
Yeah?
Nice.
Thanks.
You find out why that girl killed herself?
She hooked onto somebody she couldn't have. It was crazy.
Yeah. Like some guy falling in love with a dead girl. Boy, you really have it bad, don't you? Anything I can do?
Yeah. Tell me why I'm not getting paid as much as Cy Woods.
I'm glad you asked that, Animal. But Charlie's the one to talk to. Come on, let's go into his office. He's been waiting for you all day.
Slavery is the charge when police bust the owner of an illegal sweatshop. Join us for the critically acclaimed drama Law and Order tonight. And now, the search for a missing boy leads McCloud to a hotel heist. Next on A&E.
I'm calling from the Trib. I'd like to confirm I'm closed.
Getting around in 2 hours.
Can you tell me approximately how much money was involved? Was it over $1,000? Was it over $10,000?
Hey, Rossi, have you got that book I loaned you?
It's home, Harris. I haven't been able to read it yet. Can you give me a week?
I don't have a week. I'm leaving.
Oh, Harris, you've been leaving for 3 years.
Sitting in the smoggy heat on the Ventura Freeway for an hour and a half was the final straw. I just turned in my resignation. I'm going to where the air is cool and clean, and you don't have to lock your doors at night.
I didn't know they had a paper in Antarctica.
Where are you going?
Oregon.
Spawn?
I never should have left.
I need 500 words on this by 4.
What's this? A day at the zoo?
Stuff I shot yesterday in Venice.
Ah, yes. The human pageant. It's an amazing thing that stuff like this goes on right in our own backyard.
It's a whole different world down there.
Yeah, Mars. What's this weird thing on wheels?
That's a skater in a foil warm-up suit.
Was this some kind of festival going on down there?
No, just a normal, abnormal Sunday.
Those guys look pretty rough.
That's a gang called the Venice Knights. You can't tell in that print, but their jackets are pink satin.
I bet nobody makes fun of them.
Nobody that's still alive.
What's this?
Drowning. I was there when they pulled her out. I offered art, but the desk didn't want it. Sure is pretty. Was.
Yeah, City Newswire had a follow-up story today. Coroner said she was full of pills.
Pills? You mean it wasn't an accidental drowning?
Looks like a suicide.
You carrying the story?
No, it's against policy. Unless it's somebody famous. Or unless they do it in a clever way, like shooting themselves from across the room.
That's impossible, isn't it?
That's why it'd be news.
Lou, you better take a look at this.
I'm busy. What is it?
Just look at it.
Tell me what it is.
It's a salary list of everybody who works here.
That's confidential. What are you doing with it?
I found it.
Where?
On the copying machine.
This the original?
Looks like it.
I'm gonna burn this. It's dynamite.
Okay, but whoever used the machine last made copies. Counter was set at 50. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna give this to Charlie. This is an administrative worry, not editorial.
He's out.
I wouldn't mention this to anyone. Let this be our little secret.
You, me, and 50 other people.
Need some help, kid?
No, thanks, Rossi. I can manage.
Oh, okay. It's funny, isn't it?
What?
Things you take for granted when you're healthy, when you've got two good hands. Like typing. I mean, you were always such a great typist. Look at you now. Everyday things, too. I saw you trying to tie your shoe the other day with one hand. You just look so goony.
That's why they invented the loafer, for us one-arm guys.
Are you sore at me? It's your arm, isn't it? Makes it kind of testy. I understand. Listen, I'll take you to lunch. I'll cut your meat for you.
Hey, wait a minute. Whoa, boy, hey. Hey, Hooch, come back here. Hey, boy, come on, boy. Come on. Now I got you.
Okay, baby, okay.
Closed. I'm sorry. Come back in a few days. Where'd you get that dog? Isn't that Leslie's dog?
I guess it must be. I opened the gate and she got out.
He. Are you a friend of Leslie's?
No, I'm Dennis Price from the Tribune.
John Becker, are you doing a story or something? Or?
No story. I was just down on the beach when it happened, and I'm trying to get it clear in my mind.
So am I. Come on in. Had quite a run for yourself, huh, Bub? Better get you some water.
What's his name?
Oh, he doesn't have one. Leslie found me with just a stray. Stay down. She didn't think it was right to name a dog and then just give him away in the end. There you are, sweetheart. Sit you well, yes.
She never got around to it.
I can understand it. He's a real cutie. How long did she work for you?
What? Oh, about 3 years. I ended up making her a partner. She's a really good worker. Not gonna be the same around here.
Yeah.
What kind of a watchdog are you anyway, huh? First chance you get, you run away, huh?
Hey, I'll take him back.
Oh, no, that's all right. I'll probably end up with him anyway. Leslie always thought I should have a dog.
What was she like?
She was a super kid.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Oh, how?
I don't know. I liked her house. It looked like a nice person lived there. From the outside, I couldn't tell what the inside looked like.
Listen, I'm walking up that way if you'd like to see it, unless you're too busy.
Oh, no, I have to go that way anyway. I'd like to go.
Let me just see where I can find those keys.
Does she have any folks?
Yeah, she had a sister and a father live in Chicago. They're flying out tonight. I had to call them.
Not an easy thing to do.
Her sister took it very, very hard. She was the one who broke it to her dad.
I guess you knew her about as well as anybody.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Do you know any reason why she'd want to die?
Mr. Price, that girl had everything to live for. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
This list gets around, there's going to be a revolution out there.
Why would you pay a Rosenthal more than Burroughs?
Because Rosenthal didn't want to leave the post and we needed him. Burroughs' wife was anxious to move out here, and I knew it.
Yeah, but some of these salaries are unbelievable. You know Lewis isn't worth that much.
Well, we all have to live with our mistakes. He was a good reporter when he was in San Francisco.
You know what I don't understand? Well, this information is on one piece of paper. I thought the salaries were in the computer bank.
They are. Somebody had to deliberately compile this list. Somebody up to no good.
Why else would you make 50 copies? Could be we're worrying about nothing. The whole day's gone by, and we haven't heard a thing.
Until now.
Huh?
Here's a copy of the list and a note. Hume, do you think the staff will find this as interesting as I do? Maybe they'd like to know what an unequal opportunity employer the Trib really is. On the other hand, I'm open to negotiation. We'll be in touch. Sincerely, an interested party. No name or return address. Postmark L.A.
Well, at least we know it's not one of our reporters.
We do?
Sure. No spelling mistakes.
You know, it's a shame they're tearing so much down. Without all these old places, there wouldn't be Venice.
You sound just like Leslie. She used to have a fit every time she sells something to somebody, and then they'd tear it down for a condominium.
I don't blame her. It's sad.
That's progress, huh? You know, Leslie was so afraid they were going to turn this whole area into another marina, she started collecting pictures of the old place.
Of Venice?
Yeah, of Venice. Yeah, and she started taking some of them herself. I'll show you her wall.
Her wall?
Yeah, a whole wall of old photographs. You're a pretty good photographer. Well, at least I think so. Come in.
Oh, nice.
This was considered a teardown before she bought it. She did most of this work herself. Stripped all the floors, replaced most of the woodwork, painted it. Come on, dog. We can get you a biscuit. Maybe you know somebody who'd like to buy this place. It'll probably go for around $300.
Three what?
300.
1,000?
Yeah, that's what they're getting.
Hey, some of these old pictures are terrific. Who's the old guy?
Well, that's Abbott Kinney, the man who developed Venice. His dream was build a resort that looked just like the original Venice.
He really believed he could do that?
Oh, he was well on his way. And then they discovered oil. People started trampling on